Hi, my name is Sophie and I'm going to be taking you through a 20-minute core focus Pilates workout. So thank you for joining me. So we're going to start at the end of the mat with our feet to hip distance. We're going to just do a little bit of breathing and a little bit of stretch before we then go down onto the mat and focus on our core. So we're going to take our arms down to our sides. We're going to roll the shoulders up to the ears and just draw them down. This encourages a good upper body posture. We're going to take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Big stretch up on your inhale and exhale to release. Breath in and breath out. 2 more here. And draw down. And 1 more inhale and exhale. So we take another breath in and exhale, release down towards the floor. And inhale, stacking the spine, rolling up. Release down, allow the shoulders to drop forward. And then releasing all the way back up to standing. Exhale, rolling it down, releasing forward. And inhale, roll and stack the spine, shoulders down. And 1 more, exhale. And inhale, rolling up. Okay, so this next one is where we're going to start transitioning down. So we roll down as we'd have before. We're going to walk the hands out to a plank position. So we're going to start by activating the core in a mountain climber. We tuck one knee close to the chest and return, then alternate, tuck and return. If a plank is difficult for you, then you might want to take your bottom higher than your shoulders, tuck and release. Thinking about the tightness of the tuck of the knee in towards the chest is how the tighter the tuck, the more you're engaging through the middle. And release. 4 more here. And 3. 2 more. And 1 more. Holding your plank, pop the knees down wider than the hips, big toes together, bottom back on heels and up on the fingertips, just to get a stretch through your upper body. And then come into an all fours position. So now hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, curling the toes under. You're going to lift the knees an inch from the floor. If this is too tricky, you might want to take your bottom higher, and it just makes it a little bit easier through your upper body and through your core. Otherwise, stay low. And again, you're going to tuck the knee up and in, and then place the foot down. Tuck up and in, and place it down. Exhale and inhale. So you're getting the core activation, but also the upper body strengthening as well. Tucking in and release. For 4 more. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. And last one, and place the foot down. Bring the knees down and wide, big toes together. And again, sit back for the stretch. This time we come up and we're going to come through so that we are sitting on our bottom with our feet out in front of us. So knees bent, feet flat to start with. We're going to take the arms up in line with the shoulders. You're going to roll halfway back, engaging through the middle, thinking about rounding through the lower part of the spine. You want to round through the lumbar spine, tucking the core up and under the ribs, and lift to a seated position. So imagine you're drawing your belly button towards the back of the spine, keeping the collarbones wide, and then lift and lengthen to the sky. So just thinking about that posture as you return to that tall seated position. So we round the spine, and on that roll back where we hold, and then we lift and lengthen. Exhale, taking it back. And inhale to lengthen. We're going to add in a rotation. So as we roll back, we're going to bring the right hand back behind us and then back to center. And then with the left side and back to center. It's really important here that you are only rolling back as far as you can keep the shoulders relaxed and the feet don't start lifting. So you've got to make sure you can stay anchored through the legs, engage through the middle, dropping the right shoulder as you go right, and then dropping the left shoulder as you go left. Otherwise, it's easy to create tension through the upper body. Holding through the middle and back to center, and exhale and inhale. Now we're going to flow it all the way to the floor. So releasing down vertebrae at a time. Link the hands together, place the hands behind the head, and make sure the feet are flat and the knees are bent. You might want to have just brought your feet slightly closer to you. You're going to push the lower back into the floor. So a small tilt of the pelvis towards you, engaging the abs, lifting to the tips of the shoulders, looking towards the tops of the knees, focus on driving these ribs down towards the pelvis, and then releasing off. Exhale, push down and lift, and inhale to release. Exhale, push down, engaging through the abs before you take that lift, and then release. Exhale and inhale. And one more here, pushing down for the lift and hold. We are going to, from our maximum hold, we're going to inch up, inch down. Breathe out, breathe in. Inch up, inch down, breathe out, breathe in. 2 more here. And 1 more and release. So taking the right leg up to a tabletop hold, so knees are over hip, the right knee is over the hip and the foot is in line with the knee. Arms are in just a natural V shape, so just come forward of the shoulder so you can see them. You're going to bring your left elbow up towards your right knee as it comes in. Keep the rotation high, try not to fall too far onto the right side, and then as you come back to a centered lifted position, you're going to extend the leg so that the knees are level. So we close left elbow to right knee, engaging through the abs, making that rotation, and then bringing the knees in line. Slowly as you move through these sequences, these exercises, because you then can focus on technique, and when the technique is right, you will engage much better. So we go for 4 more, and back center, 3, and center, 2 more, and back to center, and 1 more, and back to center hold. We're going to flex the foot, hover just an inch from the floor, and then lift the leg to the sky. If you've got tight hamstrings, then you might want to a little bend as the leg comes in. You don't have to keep a straight leg if the back of the leg is tight, but it's really important to focus on keeping your back straight and level and flat on the ground, trying not to lift the bottom as the leg lifts. 2 more here. Taking the weight of the head in the hands to support the neck. And lower. Step the right foot in and release the upper body. Take the elbows wide for a moment and back to neutral spine. So from here, we're going to bring those elbows into vision, pushing the lower back into the floor, lifting to the tips of the shoulders in our centered abdominal lift, and then release. Exhale, pushing down, lift and hold, and inhale to release. Exhale, push, lift, and inhale to release. 2 more here, pushing down into the floor before making that lift, and release off. And last one, hold it here. So on our maximum hold, it's exhale as you lift an inch and inhale, release. From your max hold on an inch and then release. Breath out, breath in, breath out, breath in. For 3 more and release. 2, last one, and release down. So we're going to lift the left leg up to a tabletop. Knee is in line with the hip, foot is in line with the knee. We're going to bring the right elbow over to the left knee and then send to center with the knees level. So rotating keeping the rotation high, and then into a lifted center. Thinking about drawing those right ribs over to your left hip. Exhale and inhale. 3 more to center. 2 to center. 1 more. Hold center. Flexing of the foot, lowering an inch from the floor and lifting to the sky. So feeling the lower back, or actually not just the lower back, particularly mid-back, as you lift the leg to the sky. Stay level, stay strong, and lift. Try not to rock around too much. Exhale, lift. 2 more. And last one. Lift and place the foot to the floor. Release the upper body. Take a moment to release the arms and bring the knees in towards the chest. Take the feet in line with your knees in line with your hips. Hands behind the head. We lift into a full tabletop position. We're going to go right leg extend and then left. Try not to encourage the knees to come any closer in towards the chest than over the hips. It keeps the core having to work really hard. If you need a bit of an easier option, perhaps take the knees closer to you like I'm doing now. Otherwise, stop when the knees are over the hips. 2 more here. And then release it off. So back up into the same start, linking the hands behind the head, lifting to that tabletop position. This time we're going to add in the rotation. So as you extend your left leg, your left elbow will come to your right knee and center, and then right elbow to left knee and back to center. Try not to rush through the sequence so that you have the opportunity to really target your middle, working those obliques on the rotation and center. 4 more and 3, 2 more and 1 more here, and rest it down. So now extending the legs away, reaching the arms up over the head. Now rolling up, there are options. You can use momentum, or you can use less momentum and more power to lever the arms, lift the head, and come up to a seated position. If that is too much, then from this seated position, rather than rolling all the way back down, come to a halfway point and then roll up. Otherwise, flow it down towards the floor, engaging through the middle. Release the arms up over the head, and then leave a lifting of the head, coming all the way up to seated and sit tall. Exhale as we roll down. Inhale, arms up and over. Exhale, lifting of the head, and use your abs to sit you back up. Rolling it down. Arms up and over. As I say, if this option, this full range option is too much, then back into your halfway roll back, but this time with these extended legs rather than knees bent. And sit tall. And 1 more. And coming all the way up to seated, stretching forward, head comes down to meet the arms, feeling the stretch running down the back of the legs. And up to seated. And again, stretching forward. And lift to seated. 2 more. Exhale. And inhale. And stretching forward. And back to center. Come up with the knees. Bring the knees into a sort of underneath the hip, all fours position. And out into our plank hold. So shoulders over hands. We're going to round the spine, lift it towards the sky, let the head release, tuck the core up and under the ribs, and then push to a downward dog stretch. And forward to plank hold, engaging through the middle, opening out through the back, up onto the toes, let the head release, rounding spine, downward dog, and plank hold for the core activation. 2 more here, up on the toes, lengthening through the back in the downward dog, and into the plank hold. 1 more, exhale, and inhale, exhale, and then breathe as you hold. Soften the knees, bring the hands all the way back towards the feet. Let the head release forward, even weight distribution through the feet, and then carefully rolling all the way back up. Draw the shoulders down, inhale, arms up, and exhale, release. 2 more here, arms up, and exhale, release. 1 more, and release. Thank you very much for joining me for the workout. Thank you.